I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. This is your San Francisco 49ers recap on Niners Radio. On Sunday, your San Francisco 49ers making the cross country trip to the Eastern time zone on a very short week, coming off their Monday night win over the Los Angeles Rams 31 to 10. But they had no letdown on Sunday against the Jaguars at Taai Bank Stadium in Jacksonville as your 49ers once again are alive and well on Sunday as they defeat the Jaguars in Jacksonville for an interconference matchup as the Niners win 30 to 10 as it's their first ever win in Jacksonville. The Niners dominated in the contest 2 to 1. They end up getting in rushing and 333 total net yards of offense to the Jaguars 200. 25 first downs for San Francisco versus the Jaguars 14. There's 2 of 6 of third down. They were 1 for 1 on their fourth downs. And the Niners forced 2 Jaguar turnovers. The Jaguars, who were minus 10 in the turnover ratio, were ranked dead last in all of football in this season. The time of possession, the Niners 38 minutes, 22 seconds to the Jaguars 21 minutes and 38 seconds. For the numbers, Jimmy Garoppolo 16 out of 22 for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel 8 catches for 79 yards, a touchdown. He caught 1 ball for the day. He ended up getting that. Now he has 994 yards in yards and receptions. So he now is 6 yards short of reaching the 1,000-yard plateau. Be trying to become the first 49ers receiver to do so since Michael Crabtree did it back 9 years ago in 2014. Brandon Ayuk had a great day, 7 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown, averaging 12.1 yards per catch. George Stone Cold Kittle targeted 4 times, 4 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. And then Jeff Wilson Jr. filling in for the injured Elijah Mitchell, 9 carries. And he had 50 yards rushing, averaging 2.6 yards. Trevor Lawrence, the rookie for the Jaguars, was 16 out of 25, 158 yards. And then James Robinson, 12 carries for 29 yards. And then Jones, 4 catches for 52 yards. Also, the Niners end up getting those 2 big turnovers. And then that big penalty in the second quarter by the Jaguars where Rashad Jenkins was ejected. The free safety for the Jaguars is ejected for throwing a punch at Niners wide receiver Juan Jennings. And then the Niners got points off that on Jaguars on the 2 turnovers by the Jaguars and just the 2 big penalties against Jacksonville Jaguar penalties and the Niners were able to capitalize. So with the win, the Niners are back at 500. They have now 3-1 in their last 4 games. They're now 5-5. The Jaguars fall to 2-8, and the Niners, they'll be traveling back to the Bay Area, and they'll get ready for next Sunday's game. They'll take on the Minnesota Vikings, a high-powered offense, and that's going to be a big game at the Mecca at Levi Stadium. It's a 1:25 kickoff. That's next Sunday to wrap up the Thanksgiving 4-day holiday weekend. 1:25 Pacific. Catch the game on Fox, KNBR 680 AM, 104.5 FM, and 107.7 FM The Bone, as Greg Papa and Tim Ryan with the play-by-play and action. And also, a reminder, 49ers Live will have a condensed version of 49ers Live coming up in the afternoon on Niners Radio. We'll recap the Niners Week 11 win as we get ready to preview. Also look ahead when the Niners take on the Minnesota Vikings next week at the Mecca in Levi Stadium. And one more note, we'll have a special edition of 49ers preview. We preview the Niners and Vikings this coming Wednesday. We'll have a special preview with former Super Bowl champion Dennis Brown. We will not have it on Friday because of the Thanksgiving holiday. He'll be out of town for the weekend, and we'll preview the Niners and Vikings this coming Wednesday on Niners Radio. And to get your tickets for this upcoming Niners game, go to 49ers.com, ticketmaster.com/49ers. And latest news on Niners football, so much more, go to 49ers.com. Once again, the final scores on Sunday from Taai Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. Niners make it their 3 of their last 4. 30. Niners 30, Jaguars 10. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis for your San Francisco 49ers post-game recap on Niners Radio. Niners Radio is in association with the satellite digital media SDM News Network. 49ers football celebrating 75 years of faithful to the Bay. Go Niners!